Hello Taurus, I hope you're all well. Thanks for tuning into my channel. I'm sorry I'm so late getting your readings out for November. I've had some issues going on with my unit, and you know what it's like trying to get landlords to fix anything. And I've been putting some applications in for another unit, but I'm not sure how I'll go because they like you to have employment before they'll give you a lease. But anyway, enough of my problems. We'll get a Crystal Guardians card for you. And you had this one come out, Channeling Quartz. Do you often feel inspired? Are you using your inner guidance to follow your own sacred path? You are an instrument and a channel of knowledge and wisdom. Use this wisdom as you travel forward in your daily life to create, write, and be or do anything you want. Your potential is unlimited. And that's a clear quartz, which is great for mental clarity. And the guardian is St. Christopher, and the affirmations are: I am divinely inspired. I use the information that is delivered into my consciousness for the good of all. I take positive action using the wisdom of those who have walked this path before me. I am a channel of love, light, and well-being. So that's a lovely message to start off your reading. And clear quartz is quite readily available. So next I'm going to get a self-care card for you. Self-care card for Taurus. And you had this one, trust. Trust your decisions. March to the beat of your own heart, or march to the beat of your own drum, as the old saying goes. And it could be also trusting the divine to look after all your needs. And I'm going to get a couple of Moonology cards for you, Taurus. And you have this one, Balsamic Moon, a time for healing. And have faith in your dreams, Waxing Crescent Moon. And we'll get into your tarot now. I've got a bit of a dragon and fairies theme going because I'm using the Dreams of Gaia tarot. I felt like a change, and they're a bit more complex than ordinary tarot, but I thought we're living in complex times, so I'll try to give you a bit more of a comprehensive message for November. Can we have some guidance for our Taurians, please, for the month of November? And your first card out is the Eight of Fire, or the Eight of Wands. And then you have the Queen of Fire, or the Queen of Wands, number 8. A lot of fire energy coming out in your reading, Taurus. And then you have the Ten of Wands, the Ten of Fire. And the Ace of Fire. Huge amount of fire energy here for you, Taurus. And we'll get another one for your outcome position, Faith, which is number 14, which is also the Temperance card in Tarot. And I might get another one for this Eight of Wands. Why is the Eight of Wands here? We have this card of the Self, and it's also number 14. So you've got two number 14s. So you might want to look up angel number 1414. Just Google it maybe. And 14 adds up to 5. And 5 is the number of change. So what that's telling me is it's a time of change and transformation for you here, Taurus. And it might be something quite radical with all this fire energy and creative. And I'll get another one for this Queen of Fire. You have the Father come out, another number 5. And to me that's similar to the Emperor card in Tarot. And we'll get one for this Ten of Wands. Why is the Ten of Wands here? We have this one, the Four of Water. Four of Cups. And on the bottom you had the King of Earth, which could be you in your power, Taurus. Coming back into your power after all this change. And the King of Earth can also represent your material, your financial world coming back into balance, and your finances increasing, and your health being good. And I'm going to clarify the cards with her messenger oracle. Can we have some further guidance for our Taurans, please? Guidance for Taurus for November. So with the Self and the Eight of Wands, you have see yourself in nature. And then you have need and necessity with the Father and the Queen of Wands. Do not fear the unknown Or with all this change, it could be do not fear all this change. And in your outcome, you have reveal your truth. And we'll get another one for there. Nourish your soul. And on the bottom you had nurture all your love. Number 30. Nurture all you love. So, Taurus, how this reading works, if you haven't watched my videos before, is this is the beginning of November through to the middle, late November, and these cards would represent the end of November. So it's a progressive time reading, you might say. So these first 3 cards here might represent, because I'm late getting the readings out, it might represent something that is already going on in your life. And you have the 8 of Fire coming in with some good news here, early November. And all this fire energy makes me think it represents the time of Mars, fiery Mars going direct on Friday the 13th, which is actually supposed to be a lucky day astrologically. And I feel this will be putting an end to any stagnation that you may have been experiencing up until now. Because you might have felt a bit like you were trying to swim upstream with Mercury retrograde and Mars retrograde. But now things should start coming together nicely for you. And it's usually pretty fast energy with the 8 of Wands. So plans might move ahead faster than you even expected, Taurus. And in love situations, it can be being swept off your feet by an admirer, if you're single, or an exciting date, that sort of thing. And I feel it might be travel for a lot of you. And if you're able to, of course, depending on how severe the pandemic restrictions are where you live. Because you have this see yourself in nature card. Getting into the great outdoors, so to speak. And maybe you'll decide to go on a lovely weekend away to the country at the last minute, after getting a great deal on some accommodation on the internet maybe, and taking off to recharge your batteries, Taurus. Especially with this card of the Self here. Tending to the self and trying to find some balance during this time of change. And the white doves represent needing peace and some peace and harmony in your life. And this self card is also about being your unique self, with the blue rose here, because the blue rose is quite unique. It's very rare. And there's a butterfly for transformation here as well. So you might be in need of some serious self-care, Taurus. So it might be some sort of retreat or day spa or spiritual course that you embark upon, where they do meditation and yoga, and you love a good relaxing massage with some essential oils, Taurus. And the 8 of Fire can also be fresh creativity coming in as well, or a new creative project, something like that. especially with the Queen of Fire coming out here. The Queen of Fire and the Father and need and necessity. And I feel this need and necessity card is saying that just trust. Trust, Spirit, that all your needs and necessities will be met. Don't need to worry. Because I know they've come through for me when I've needed them, and they can for you too, Taurus. And you have more fiery energy here with the Queen of Wands, which is number 8. And the Queen of Fire may represent an actual Aries, Leo or Sagittarius person in your life. Or some of you may have fire predominantly somewhere in your chart, like a moon or a rising sign in Leo, for example. And the Queen of Fire is confident, charismatic, self-assured, and she doesn't doubt her abilities. And when the Queen of Wands comes up in a reading, it can show that you'll have more energy and motivation than normal. You might feel inspired and creative, and others may look to you for leadership or inspiration. And we have the Sun coming into fiery Sagittarius on the 21st of November, so it could represent this time as well. And you have this Father card, number 5. So you might be taking on a leadership role with this card, which for me is like the Emperor card in tarot. Being the one who takes charge, sets goals, and shows others how things should be done. And maybe you didn't even expect to be taking on this role, but it was given to you out of need and necessity, and you were the one with the skills needed in whatever situation you find yourself in early November. And of course it could be as I said before, a great creative project that you've come up with early November that you're working on. You're feeling inspired and passionate about it, whatever it is, Taurus. And I feel these cards are representing the time of the new moon in Scorpio, and you've got some water Scorpio energy here with the 4 of Cups, which can be feeling a bit overwhelmed, which is not surprising with all this responsibility it looks like you're taking on here, Taurus. And that's probably also why you have the 10 of Fire here, the 10 of Wands, which is feeling overburdened and taking a lot on your shoulders, or overwork. And you may even be taking on the role of comforting someone who is in need. Whether it's work or personal will be different for all of you, being a general reading. And the good thing about the 10 of Wands is that it shows me that this cycle is coming to an end, and any difficulties will soon be easing. And I feel a fresh new cycle is coming in with more love and understanding in your life. especially as the new moon in Scorpio on the 14th is in your 7th house of relationships, which is great if you're looking for love. And your ruler Venus also comes into this house on the 21st of November. So your love life could really heat up a notch around this time, Taurus. And someone might be making you an offer that's too good to refuse. And it looks like he's holding up something for you here. Something lovely and magical. And I feel this card is also saying open your heart, Taurus, to new love and experiences. Because you'll want something deep and meaningful with the moon in Scorpio. No superficial hookups will do for you. And Venus is also good for money and business partnerships, especially as you'll have the sun going into fiery Sagittarius on the 21st as well, together with Venus in your house of shared resources. So you might get an unexpected lump sum or bonus as well, which is great news. And I might read to you from her book what it says about this. Do not fear the unknown, which is number 7. And it says, the ugly is not always bad and evil, and the beautiful not always good and just. Failure is not predetermined, nor is given that others laugh at you if you choose to follow your dreams. It is your fear of the unknown that makes you question and judge. Do not let another's experience be the truth that guides you. Do not allow your fear of an unknown outcome to hold you prisoner. You own your experience, and it could be both different and rewarding. So it does look like some rewards will be coming in for you around the time of the new moon on the 14th, Scorpio. Love, money, whatever it is that you want. Maybe do a little new moon ceremony and light a white candle and write down all the things that you would like to come into your life that would make it more fulfilling. And then you burn a piece of paper, sending it up into the ethers. And you could use some green grounding crystals to ground you with all this fire energy here. And you have some great energy coming out here in your outcome cards for the end of November, leading up to the time of the full moon lunar eclipse in Gemini on the 30th. And I feel a wonderful new cycle is coming in with the Ace of Fire here. And renewed vitality and zest for life, new opportunities. Especially as this lunar eclipse is in your 2nd house of work and money. And a transformation will likely take place that brings you to a new level of prosperity and job satisfaction. You might get a great idea for a lucrative side hustle, or an investment could pay off. And with the Ace of Fire, it's often something creative, as I said before, something that you're passionate about. But just bear in mind, Taurus, with eclipse energy, it's best to be a little bit cautious, because with all this fire energy in your reading, you might be a bit impulsive. So just make sure everything is legitimate, especially if you're signing anything or agreeing to something. And you have this faith card. And I feel your faith will be moving forward as well. you'll have renewed faith and inspiration in your beliefs. And this is also the Temperance card in Tarot, number 14. And it's probably also cautioning you not to rush into anything, to be patient. And I feel divine timing is at play here. So just enjoy the process as much as the result. And trust in your guides and angels. And look out for signs that they might be trying to send you. It can be these repeating numbers, or different coloured feathers, different beetles, all sorts of things. Something that you wouldn't normally see, maybe a bird that you wouldn't normally see. Probably not a wolf. And the lotus is about a spiritual transformation. And it's yellow for the solar plexus, which is about coming back into your power. And you might be also going through some sort of spiritual transformation during this time as well. And this theme of transformation has been coming out in all the readings for all the signs, because we're going through a big change as a collective. So you're not on your own here, Taurus. So you have this card of Nourish the Soul, and also Reveal Your Truth. And I feel led to read to you what it says about that one. Number 34, which also adds up to 7. So you've got two number 7s here. So maybe look up angel number 77. And 7 is the number of the mystic. And it says, reveal your truth. When you were born, your soul shone bright. As you grew, you were taught right and wrong. You were taught how to think, how to live, how to believe in a way that makes you fearful to say no. To disagree is to risk alienating from family and society, and you hide your true thoughts and feelings behind a mask. That mask hides your light. Cast it aside, embrace and live your truth, and let your soul shine once more. And this Nourish the Soul, number 29. It says, drink in life. Use your senses to explore your world, to see, touch, taste, smell, hear and experience all that is within you and around you. Your journey through life is meant to be a sensory experience. Your life is meant to be a rainbow of colour, full of motion and sound. It is not meant to be a bland, tasteless existence of simply black and white. Be sensual, explore yourself and your world, and nourish your soul with every moment. So that's a lovely message to end your reading there, Taurus. And I hope you enjoyed your messages for November. And if you did, please like and subscribe. And I'll speak to you in December. Bye.